Let's see if the queen and her little cluster of bees are still alive. I'm gonna hopefully save this hive. It might be too late. I just dug around a little bit and I didn't see the queen. I'm gonna go ahead and get in a little deeper and see if she found her way into a lower portion of the hive or something. But yesterday was perfect for beekeeping. The weather was great. I probably could have done a lot better yesterday, but I didn't have time. So hopefully we can get this. Hopefully we find her and we can do this today. What's going on here is that bees from other hives have found this hive. They know that it's weak or dead, and they're going to come in and clean these resources out with all the honey and everything. And they're doing a pretty good job of it. There's a lot of beetles here too. The queen is not here, so these are most likely all bees from other hives. There are some dead bees down here. I'm going to give a quick glance at these to make sure that it's not my queen. If I have a dead queen, then there's no point in doing any of this. You can see bees fighting right there. They're probably from different hives coming in. Everybody wants to steal the resources. I have dead bees down here in the bottom of the hive, down here on the screen board. And just to confirm that queen is gone, I kind of would like to see her. I suppose it's remotely possible that she flew away, but I don't think she had enough bees to manage a swarm. Okay, she's definitely not in this bottom. Gosh, I feel like I'm just a day late. If I would have been able to make it out yesterday, I probably could have saved her. I'm gonna check this top box one more time just to make sure I didn't miss. Yeah, they're all robbing. I was really hoping that she would be there with her little cluster of bees, but all these bees, you can see they got their heads down in there. They're taking whatever they can get out of this honey. This is where she was last night. I'm curious if there's any larvae up under here in some of these capped cells. There is. There's another tough lesson learned. If you have something going on in beekeeping, you really need to take care of it right away. I was a day late and I lost this hive. I mean, I don't know where she possibly could have gone. Most likely she died. Maybe she crawled out of the hive. Maybe these invaders, these robbers came in and killed her. Either way, she's not here. So this mission to come out and save this hive is pointless. I had brought this nuke out here. It's just a wooden nuke box that a friend built for me, and I was going to put that queen and her little colony in there. And so since she's gone, I can't do that. But I had also brought out this little pollen patty. It's just a food source. And so I think I'm going to tear this in half and put it in these two nukes that were kind of suffering for food. It's not a very big patty, but it'll be a little bit of a food source for each of these nukes. The goal is to lay it right on top. Now when I put this lid on, it's going to smash the patty down just a little, but they're gonna they're going to take that patty and redistribute it through the hive. And here's the other nuke. I'm also curious to see if the, oops, stuck to the top. I'm also curious to see if the, if this nuke right here is big enough for 4 frames plus a feeder. This is a feeder that sits down in there like a frame, and you fill it up with syrup or honey or sugar water. And it does, just like it was made for it. So I'm going to leave that in there, and I'm going to get another one for this other nuke, and I'll come back out later and fill that up with sugar water. And they'll have their little pollen patty along with their sugar water. Since we're out here on a failed mission, I'm going to go ahead and use this time to get into this hive too, just to get a deeper inspection to see what the condition of that brood chamber is, to see if they have any brood, any pollen, any nectar, just to have a better idea what's going on inside these hives. I'm going to get this hive that's being robbed out of the way to get these bees' attention somewhere else. 2 nights ago when I was out here and I tried to separate these 2 boxes here, it was clear that the frames were stuck together, so I'm gonna have to pull these frames out of the top to make sure that there's nothing preventing me from lifting this box off and causing a lot of damage. See that broken honey on the bottom? That's the part that was stuck. Getting down to the end. So now there's very little honey on this side, a lot on that side. Let's check this beetle trap. We got a few. We're gonna take this box off and try to get in there and see what's going on. They're getting a little riled up. This hive has a lot of honey in it. Hopefully they're not stuck like the others. Yeah, this is all honey food stores. When they change their tone like that, you can hear them. They sound more high-pitched, more aggressive. Okay, we have some pollen. There's some pollen in the middle of this one. So that brood chamber is likely moving up into the second box because that pattern there on the bottom, which that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's see what it looks like here in the middle. Now see, that definitely has brood. There's brood in the middle of that one. There is larva. I'm not seeing eggs. I'm not always very good at seeing the eggs. So you can see that half moon pattern, that circular pattern. This is upside down for you. I was thinking I might see the queen. That's a better pattern for brood right there, nice and tight in the middle. There is some pollen around it. And we're getting back into the outside where it's mostly honey. There is a little queen cup on the bottom, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Okay, I'm going to put this one back together. See how they're all over my mask? They're definitely defending their hive. They're definitely showing some aggression, but this is just defense. The action and the sound that they're making is different than that hive that we split up last season that I called the angry hive. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a different sound and it's a different action. These bees are basically just saying, we don't like what you're doing, get out of our hive. The others were saying, we want to kill you. At this point, I really don't see a need in continuing down into this bottom box. I didn't have to see the queen. I saw a good brood pattern. I saw lots of stores, lots of honey, some pollen, some nectar, mostly pollen. I didn't see a whole lot of nectar. So I'm not really concerned about this hive surviving. I think they have all the tools they need. I'm just gonna button it back up and be done. Given the opportunity, these bees would still sting the heck out of me, but that's not the sound they're making. They're not telling me they want me dead, they just want me to go away. Between the smoke and my allergies, I was about to lose it back there. I hope it's not visible in the veil in video, the snot dripping from my nose. It looks like is that I lost a hive, but I still consider that I'm in better shape than I was at the end of last season, because what I did was I took one very negative hive that I called angry and split it into 3. So I lost 1, gained 3. Going into this season with 6 hives, providing they all make it through the next couple months, I'm going to be pretty satisfied with being able to go through 2 whole seasons with the same number of hives. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to try to get some syrup and some pollen on those hives to give them the best chance possible to get through the next couple months until we start getting some pollen flowing. Although with all these allergies, I would think there's plenty of pollen. If only they could catch the cedar pollen out of the air, right? Okay, that's a wrap for this episode, the second beekeeping video in 2017. Thank you for following the journey and the story of the bees here on the Daddykirbs farm. I'll talk to you soon.